What is up, everyone? So today I'm starting a new series called Build Talk. I'm going to be talking about my car. It's going to be the first one, and hopefully I'll be reviewing my buddies' cars, having them talk about their builds, stuff like that, finding cool people and talking about their builds. But in today's episode, we'll be talking about my 2003 BMW 325 Ci. If you follow this channel, you already know that it's not just a stock 325 Ci anymore. It's completely redone. It has the full DTM GTR body kit, has the Seibon GTR hood. Got a bunch of stuff that has completely changed the car, the way it looks, the way it drives, the way it feels, and I love it. What inspired me to build the car initially was back when I had my M4, I wanted something fun to build, and I felt like the M4 was already built out of the factory. It had the power, it had everything you kind of wanted to put in the car, and parts for it were too expensive if I wanted to change wheels, which I did on mine. But suspension, wheels, bigger turbos, tuning, all that stuff ranked up like almost half the price of the car. That was just too much. So I was looking for something that was cheap to start off with and fully built from the ground up. This car was a lot cheaper to build. Now, engine-wise, it is fairly stock. The only thing I have on is an AFE intake, Catless headers, the secondary air pump delete, and a Revmatch tune. Other than that, it's pretty much stock. The body is what I mainly focused on. When I first bought this car, I was planning on drifting it. So I went on Need for Speed, I believe it was Unbound or maybe Need for Speed Heat, and I built an exact replica of the car I wanted to build before I even had it. So initially it was a white with black Need for Speed livery on this body kit, and I fell in love with it. I wanted to do it. Once I bought the car, started modding it slowly, started with the Depo Headlights, the kidney grills, like all the small stuff, Muffler Delete, and just went from there. I got in touch with DTM Fiberworks about their GTR kit. We went back and forth, and they offered me a sponsorship, so I got the kit from them, slapped it on, and initially I was just going to have it on bolts, but once I put the bolts on, I thought, maybe I can just mold it and I'll still drift it like that. But once I molded everything and primered it, I knew that I don't want to drift it anymore. This car was too clean, it looked too good. This was a one-owner car. It had 86,000 miles when I picked it up, and I fell in love with it. So I decided I'm not going to drift this. I'm just going to buy other cars, build it for a drift car, and never got a chance around to it because I started building this. And the car came out fairly inexpensive for what it was. I started a YouTube build series on it, and it helped pay for basically everything that's on the car, and even paid for the car itself. So thank you guys for that. For those of you that stuck around and watched the whole build series and watched me do the same thing to a wagon GTR that I was building. So what got me into cars initially was my grandpa. He was always into cars. He was always wrenching on his, and when I was a little kid, I always watched them do it. First car I learned how to drive stick on was his car, which was a Lada 2101. So my love for cars started very young. My first car was a 1999 Volkswagen Jetta. After that, I picked up an Infiniti G37 manual. That was the first car I financed. It was around $18,000. I paid it off within a year. After that, I sold that because I wanted to start building cars, so I picked up an FRS and I started building that. Did all the stuff to that, unequal length headers, intake, open flash tablet tunes, rocket body, replica body kit. Did a bunch of stuff for it, and I knew I wanted to keep that car. I really liked that car a lot, and I wanted to keep it, but I also wanted a daily, so I started looking at 4 Series BMWs, and I was looking at them like, I can afford a 4 Series easy. Maybe I could even pick up an M4. And honestly, M4 wasn't even on my mind. I wasn't even thinking about them. But then I started looking more into BMWs, and I was like, wow, okay. They're quick, out of factory, they're amazing. Simple stage 1 tunes and downpipes, they make great power. So I kind of got like the mud bug for that, and I was like, okay, let me go look at some. And I went test drove some, liked them a lot, and then I thought, you know what, maybe let me sell the FRS and pick up an M4. And that's what happened. I sold the FRS. There was an M4 for sale right next to me at a dealership, 9,000 miles. It was a banging deal. It was a great price. I went there, test drove it, loved it, still had warranty on it, picked it up, and the rest is history. Like, had that car for a bit, picked up some E36s, loved those, building them, and after I sold the M4, after I wasn't happy with how everything was just too expensive to build from there, I did have a bunch of carbon fiber parts on the M4, wing, diffuser, wheels, front lip, all that stuff that I could do, I've done. That wasn't too expensive. So then I started looking for E46s. And that's when I found this gem, single owner. The guy was really cool. He was 69 years old. He bought it brand new from Thompson BMW. Had all the service records, had everything of it. It was a 5-speed manual, slick top. So it's pretty much everything I wanted. So I picked that car up, and in the back, which is a crazy story, my name is McCullough, which, and if you translate it to English, is Nick. And I opened the trunk, and there was a bottle of vodka that wasn't opened, Nikolai vodka, which is insane. Basically my name with a bottle of vodka. So basically, like, the car was meant for me. And ever since then, I started building it as you see it now with the GTR kit. Have a custom exhaust on it. Have the SR06 wheels on it, which, yeah, they're replicas, but the work wheels are too expensive for me at the moment. Maybe one day I'll get them, but this is my favorite style wheel, and I love how they look on the car. So maybe one day I'll pick up works. But overall, as the car sits right now, I'm happy with it, but I do want more for it. Swap it later down the line to either an LS or something that's worthy of this car. Because right now, with this stock engine that it has and the new diff that I put in, the 346, with the tune and everything, the car is not slow, but it's not fast. It's quick, it's fun, but it's not M4 territory fast. So yeah, it's not fast, but it's a whole lot of fun. I put a welded diff into it. I was drifting it, well, sliding it, doing donuts, doing a little bit of burnouts. Very fun. Have a flame tune, all that stuff. But now I really want to focus on making this car actually worthy for the track. Basically meaning I want to do, like I said, either an engine swap or just something with the engine that we can get a little bit more power, more fun. Really, as it sits right now, I'm pretty happy with it. It's quick. I do have a little bit of things I want to fix on the car. I knew that the rear trunk, when I molded the CSL wing, it was going to crack on me because I put a big wing on top of that, which when you're driving, it pushes, it has so much downforce that it bent my trunk, cracked the CSL spoiler all around it. I knew that was going to happen. I wasn't really worried about it. It's just unfortunate that it did, because it kind of cracked all over where the paint is, and now the paint's kind of lifting only on the trunk. But that gives me an option to pick up a carbon fiber rear trunk and no wing at all, so go wingless now. Hopefully once I fix that, fix a little bit more, I have some stuff on the bumper here I want to fix. I want to get the perfect ride height, so I want to kind of lower it a little bit more, but with a fiberglass body kit and the kind of road conditions that I have here, kind of can't. I do want that perfect fitment up a little bit lower and all that stuff, but I guess we're just going to have to wait. So future mods for this car is definitely looking forward for an engine swap, but that might not happen for a couple years down the line until I have the money for it. It does have K-Sport drift coils, which I purchased when I wanted to slide the car. Now I don't want to slide it. They're still great for the road. They feel great, they're tight, they're adjustable, so if I want them a little bit softer, I can adjust them. If I want them stiffer, I can make them stiffer. I want to put a short shifter in the car. I bought one, haven't had the chance to actually put it in, so hopefully kind of soon, maybe within the next few months. It's not too difficult to put in, but I do also want to reinforce my linkage like I did on the wagon, which makes the shifter nice and solid. Right now it has the BMW play that pretty much every Beamer has at this age, so I want to make that more sturdy, more enjoyable, put a short shifter in, probably retune it, get rid of the burbles and pops. So that wraps it up for this video, you guys. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment down below, let me know. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.